everyone. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, happy Sunday evening. Like I told you before, we are trying to. I know somebody was saying we're taking so long. Priorities. Some of us have jobs. And then schedule change, priorities change, agency change. So life per se. But wanted to come on today. I've been coming on, continue to come on. Summer is almost over, or it is over. Some of us have long returned to work. But I wanted to have a conversation with you this evening. I think I need to call my auntie too and see where we are. Yes, last week, I need to make a post. I'm grateful to all of you who wish me well, wish my baby well. Um, took her on campus. She's been a whole week and a day today, which I'm grateful for. But I wanted to come back and talk to you. Tuesday night I'll play some video in regards to I don't like where this happening. I don't like the way this thing is showing up. Okay, I don't know why. It's just here. Don't like that. Don't particularly like the way it is. I don't at all. So let's see. I don't know why is this there. Our decision is disable wildlife. No, it does not need to be. It to be a landscape. What is this? Okay. But we will deal with that later. So I'm not generally certain. Yeah, I can. Okay, here I can remove this. I don't like this particular layout for some reason. I guess that's how it's going to be. So let me see, background. That's the background. And anyway, we are going to use this and then we are going to, I'm not going to go start all over. But in any case, happy Sunday. I believe that we have one more week in August, and August will be over. The amount of people say that they are feeling day is going to be break regardless. However, the one that is promised to give you something. So here we go. We're here. We're here in regards to there, and I think I need to go ahead and share. If you are here, please help me share. All right, please help me share because I think my sister have problem. No, working with Facebook to enable my share button. So we're working on it. Okay. Hopefully Caroline can join me. And we take that from there. Just so you can know, I am here to talk to you about our journey as a nation today, to see where you are. I see some of you when I make a post, you literally come under my post. Some of you, particularly who know me personally, as I know by your writing in Georgia, and come and say you sit in Georgia and talk. Unlike you, no, I just don't sit in Georgia and talk. But if you live in this developed world and you think I must be with you in person for me to impact you or to help you or inform you, then you're lacking something that has nothing to do with me. Because here you are, a Nigerians. Okay. Nigerians. I said it right in. I remember when my husband was graduating from Norwich. Well, almost 20 years ago. Okay. Is it about maybe 15 years ago? About there were Nigerians who flew in to get a degree. They have been going to school online. Okay. There should be no distance at this point to stop you from educating yourself. No one at all. So to sit and say, oh, you said it in Georgia, you said it all the way across the mile and talking. You know, the funny thing is, when we got to Liberia, people knew who I was. When I went up interior, the people knew who I was. They heard my voice, they matched my voice with my face. Some of them seen me before. I would call some friends that I know and they would say, oh, you got fan over here. I don't want fan. You got family over here though. And they listen to you religiously. They come and wait for when you're coming on, they show up and they may not click on, but they listen to you religiously. Okay. So it does not matter for me where I sit to inform my people, to awaken them, to enlighten them, to have a conversation with them. It does not matter to me. Okay. If you see him buying ticket, like for instance, buying 3,000 tickets 4 times to go back and forth to Liberia is a joke. And I didn't mean that. Okay, I would have used that money to pay people off and get the voting card to go vote the way I wanted them to vote. But you know what? I decided I would do something right. And doing things right means going to talk to the people, informing them about why they should vote and why they should vote a certain way. Okay. If in that interim, they decide that's not how they want to vote, that's on them. We're here. So now the question is, are we relieved now? Are the needed refund being put in place? Should I say no? Should I say yes? Caroline, you're supposed to be coming on. I'm really not here long. Starting next week, we are going to be here live. Okay, the Thursday schedule, because we in the US, Peter, myself, Emrig, and the rest of the people, even Dr. Richardson, it does not, it takes a lot out of us trying to make that come from work. You go after work, and be able to also create content that is warrant people sitting down to listen to it. Okay. So this is where we are. Where am I? Okay. So this is where we are. So moving forward, Sunday evening, we're going to come on 10 o'clock Liberian time, 6 American time, Eastern Standard Time, to have a conversation with you. I was looking forward to getting Caroline on here, but I don't see her. So I'm going to, why is it doing this? Okay. I'm sending this separately. Okay. So the question to you, for all I know, is when you rescue, especially when it comes to structure, all right, what is the role of a government? Government directs nation. It directs society. It sets the tune for societal norm. Okay. I hear people say, Oh, that person greeted, that person greeted. You don't want to be senator. You don't want to be, how you call it, Liberia. And Madam Biel spelled this out so well years back before he got elected. Okay. Government sets the tone for a functional society. Folks, especially in places like Liberia, right? Caroline is here. Places like Liberia. Liberia has an imperial presidency. Let me explain that to you. The president in Liberia is almost like a monarch, the way they set up the system. Although, for me, who teach history and teach government at the a layman level for young people to understand, okay? Let me explain to you. We said the certain form of government, okay? Like for instance, the structure of Liberian government, it's unitary. Unitary government is the mother of all dictatorship. You know why? Because it mimics itself as a democracy, but it's really not a democracy. Okay? It really is not a democracy, especially in Liberia. When you have the only way Liberia is going to change if the leadership, the president of that country, of Liberia, come on to do some reform, decentralize, put the people in power as say we the people, but we the people have no power. All of the funds from our resources are collected, brought to the capital. The president decides if the rest of the legislature agrees with him what to do with it. All right. The Supreme Court, the whole judicial system is in the hand of the president. Okay. Here we go. Caroline, for some reason, I'm not sure why my system is coming on with this stuff. I'm not sure what is going on with it. I don't like the layout it's doing. Nah, it's not.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. You do too. But it got one separate room, and I don't particularly like it. It's a new. I need to learn this thing. It's not doing too well for me. I need it to be one screen, not you and I part together. I don't know what's going on with these people. Okay, but I wanted to talk about today the information. I mean, we are just here for a little bit, but we will actually resume full-time next week on Sunday 6 p.m. for an hour and 30 minutes. We don't want to be too long. Hello, Brother Joe. Hello, Brother Peabody. Okay, to have a conversation in respect to where we are headed as a nation. In nations, when you talk about rescue, even in our day-to-day life, when you rescue somebody, you relieve them. Let's say, for instance, if somebody was drowning and I got them out of the water, I have to resuscitate them. Okay, I have to get the water out of their lungs, whatever it is. So there's have to be a process of relief. So you got to relieve them. Okay. And maybe there needs to be a counseling, what we call in structural government, it would be reform. All the country that I know that have gone through reconstruction, war, all right. I'm looking here that, and I'm going to talk about this, and today I'm going to be very nice about it. I just want to ask a question. The president returned yesterday, the day before, it don't even matter. And he was asked, what did he bring back? They tightened the relationship with Japan for the Japanese freeway. The Japanese freeway have been there since early time. Japanese people has exhausted the fishery in Guinea and Senegal. They give us rice, then we sell it to use the money, then we allow them to fish in Caroline, you need to come back really quickly. Okay, to fishing in our water because we refuse to build capacity. Not that we are not capable. There are Liberian fishermen all over the world. But folks, we're here Caroline join me so we can have a conversation with you this Sunday evening. We want to talk briefly about the flower march of our country, where we stand in this moment in time, everything that is happening in Liberia. We'll just touch a little bit here and there. And today I'm actually just exhausted, and I'm then joyous at the same time. You know, they say when you done all that you can, you stand.
Right.
Yes. So Dr. Waller's wife, Caroline Waller, I talked to my baby like forever. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me on the show. I know school just started for you, and I've been traveling, really.
Oh, I see you. I see you. I see you.
I've been trying to just close out the noise of Liberia and just focus on me and my household, and it's been awesome. It's been wonderful. I don't know how you do it. Like I always told you, yeah. But kudos to you. That's why I call you the queen of advocacy. And yeah, it takes a special person with a special heart to continue to do what you do every day, even in the background when you say, "Oh, I'm tired with Liberian people," but you are still out here, amplifying your voice and making it louder and helping other people like myself to do the same. So I want to give you your flowers right now. And I want to say thank you for setting the stage and just continuously coming out and adding your voice and showing up when needed. Even when we feel like we don't need you, you are still out here and adding your voice. So I just want to say thank you. And yes, Liberia is blessed to have people like you, someone like you that doesn't give up, because that one person that is listening, that one person that know that because of this woman, I still have hope, because of Second Thought Africa, because of Dr. Wave's wife, Yasendi Martin Wade.
Right, right.
Is going to come out here and say something, and it's going to give me hope, it's going to encourage me. And because of that, I think that's what keep you going, because that's what keep me going too, when it comes to making a change and being the solution when it comes to the healthcare system. So thank you again. Once again, thank you. Thank everyone for watching. Happy Flag Day. Today is our national holiday. Even though it falls on Sunday, it's the 24th of August. I was on Facebook earlier talking about the importance of our flag and what we need to do to love it, to value it, to respect it, and all of that. So again, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Caroline. But let me acknowledge your work, folks. Most of you don't know this. Caroline and her husband and her team, the Nurses Association of Dallas Fort Worth, do a lot of work in Liberia. And in fact, I'm gonna bring this to if y'all saw Manakoto, whatever, Kwatoma, Waka cutting a baby at a hospital in the pipeline. Caroline then reconstructed that pipeline. They did a sitting area for pregnant women and people coming to see. They invested a lot of time in it. Her husband is always in Liberia, like almost every quarter. She also follow up the goal from not just Liberia, also in Sierra Leone. They support a lot of education initiative with young people, with girls up interior. They go all the way to the Ivorian border, to the Tapeta border, to help people out. So when I hear your people, especially our people, I don't well, for someone that is willful, I would not say ignorant, because when you are ignorant, you can be educated, you can be enlightened. But choice, a decision made to be purely stupid, okay, which become very dangerous to the society's survival. Because when you know something that is wrong and you decide you're going to look the other way because it benefits you, that's stupid. That's stupidity. And those are the kind of people that almost destroy Germany. And that's how we destroyed the word. So Caroline and her husband and their whole team, they do phenomenal work without adding her voice when she's able to. She's also a business owner. She owns a piece of like American business in America in the healthcare fee. You know, for me, let me highlight again. When Senator Reid from Rhode Island literally population is the size of Nima population. It's around 1 million people. They have two representatives. And one of the representatives is a Liberian. Mother is a Liberian. Father is a Ghanaian. He is a first generation American. Okay. But his mother is from Maryland. When they went to Liberia the other day, hopefully I have the live video. And and I'm gonna go because that's a young man. Okay, that's a young man. But when Senator Reid said Liberian play a major role in the states, they contribute. They are hardworking. Do you hear me? They are hardworking. They keep the economy going. It's one of the largest community, although it's a small country. And he talks about the healthcare fee. And that's why he fights for Liberia, because they are needed in that society. If you take them out of the system to some degree, the healthcare system will collapse. You got Liberian in personal care home, in nursing home, in schools. In fact, we have a young Liberian who is a principal, has his own school in Rhode Island, and now is a local representative Bia. Okay. And the way he talked about it, it was amazing. And I wanted Liberian people, all of them were calling and praising the man. They want him to be belonging from Maryland. Now he's a Liberian. His mother is a Liberian. You know, they identify with success. And my thought process was, if I took that same young man, put in Liberia, progressive, productive, educated, informed, understand service, okay, you will reject him.
Yeah.
But you want him to connect and create a sister city and pour resources into the country. Then he's a Liberian. Now, but when we say, and it goes to somebody like you, young woman, work hard, study hard, say, you know what? I don't want to work for people anymore. I want to work for myself. I will make the sacrifice. Here you are. And that's why I heard that the Liberians making a difference. But when people say, you're over there cleaning poo-poo, you're pushing.
Okay. But you know what? You know the difference. This country gave us the opportunity to thrive. It gave us hope. It gave us options. And you know, it's so funny. Yesterday, my son, he's in college now. He's thank God. He's doing his degree. He's finally in his degree program now. So I was asking him about his financial aid, and he's like, "No, mommy, they didn't give me Pell Grant because according to the financial aid paper you guys fill out, they say you'll make too much money, so they couldn't give me any grant. So I have to get scholarship and a little bit of student loan to cover my tuition." So my husband and I were like, I can't believe this. Like, you work hard, you go to school, you make money, you take care of your family, and they don't give you financial aid. But guess what? That's the opportunity that so many Liberians in Liberia don't have. Like, who am I? A girl that was born in Liberia on the farm road with no bed sheet. I wasn't born in a hospital. I was born right in the bush, basically, and where women had to take off their lapas and wrap me in the lapa. And God saved me. And my 10 to 12 years of life in my own country, it was a disaster because all I knew was survival. Where am I going to go tomorrow to get the next meal? You know? But to God be the glory, I came here and I was given the opportunity to do what I did and to be to where I'm at today. It's only by the grace of God. And for a country that has system, it's because of a country that has structure. It's because of a country that is government for her citizens first before themselves. Am I saying there's no corruption in this country? Of course, I'm not saying that. There are corruptions in this country, but we don't dwell on that. They put system in place. Now you and I have the opportunity, have the options, have choices to make. Now, if you decide to go make a choice that will put you in a system in a negative way, that is on you. But if you decide to say, okay, I have plan A and plan B, I'm going to go with plan A because there are options. Now, my son may not be qualified for the Pell Grant, but there are scholarships. And I was looking at his stuff yesterday. I was like, I didn't even know this boy had applied for scholarship and he was giving scholarship. We don't even know who the scholarship came from. It is like the scholarship was available, the requirements were there, and he took advantage of that. And he told me, he's like, oh, mommy, I got scholarship without me even doing nothing. He had a choice.
No, no,
The
no, 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 no,
opportunity, the opportunity was given to him.
Caroline, don't say he didn't do nothing. He earned it.
No, what I'm saying,
He had a qualifying, no, mama. He had a qualifying grade.
As a parent,
yes.
Right. As a parent, I didn't do anything. I didn't say, oh, go and do this. Right. I didn't say go and do that because what he has been taught. The system is put in place to where if you make a certain grade, maintain a certain GPA, grade point average, this is what's available to you. Yes. And he had that choice. He had that option. The opportunity was alluded to him, and at the age of 21, he knew that. How many of our 21-year-old in Liberia have this opportunity? How many of our 21-year-old will come home to their parent and say, oh, mommy, daddy, don't worry about that. I have scholarships to take care of my semester, to take care of my school year. How many of our young adults in Liberia, before you could get scholarship or before you can get scholarship, you have to go to some representative and they boast of that. Is that what the government's supposed to do?
Speak, mama. Speak.
Is that that's not what you're supposed to do as a government, as a representative, as a senator. Okay, if you want to create a scholarship within your legacy to say the Carol Mass Foundation, nobody have to know who I am. The scholarship is with the school. Now we have requirements. If the students meet those requirements, they apply for the scholarship and they are given the scholarship. They don't have to come to my house. They don't have to do special favors for me. If they are in the field of nursing, if they meet a certain grade point average, the scholarship is theirs. And that's the system that we are talking about. That is what you, as a government, you are there to put the laws into place and allow these private institutions to abide by the laws. But no, every representative, every senator, every lawmaker or politician wants their own, and they want to build roads, they want to build houses, they want to dig a well. I asked the question the last time. So then what is left for us as humanitarians? Because you're supposed to work with us, create the system, put the laws and regulations in place so that when we come as a humanitarians, we will follow your rules of the land. We will follow your rules of engagement. So we don't go outside of what is not. Now, anybody can go to Liberia and do anything. And then you complain, these people are coming here, they're doing this, they're doing that. Why won't they do what they want to do? Because there is absolutely no regulations. No one is monitoring anything. No one is implementing the laws. Even those people that are making the laws, they are not following the laws. So what do you expect?
Lawbreaker.
I call them lawbreakers. I don't call them lawmakers. I call them lawbreakers. Because what do you expect? You are just there to enrich yourself, enrich your family. Now we have our high school students. Today is August 24th. We have people that are going outside of the country with so many delegates. You're taking the money that's supposed to go into the school system. You're taking the money that's supposed to go into the healthcare system, traveling all over the place with 20 people. For what? How is it benefiting the country? How is it benefiting your county? How is it benefiting the school next door? These are things that we need to amplify. These are things that we need to look at instead of, focusing on somebody breaking somebody's house down. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I really don't understand what our priorities are when it comes to governance in Liberia. I don't know.
So my question is, are we there yet? So the president came from his trip that took 40 people, cost maybe close to $1 million.
So let me just tell you what that money, before you I know the question you're trying to ask, what did he bring back? Before you ask the question, do you know how many people at JFK for the past 2 to 3 weeks have not received adequate evidence-based dialysis? Because why? There's no supply. So that money that they took to take 40 plus people out of the country on a, I don't know, whatever trip that was, the same problem, the same thing we complained about 2-3 years ago with the George Weah-led government, it's like they are even doing worse than where we're coming from. That's why I keep saying, why couldn't we just leave George Weah and his people in power? Because you guys are not any different. You are pretty much doing the same thing, or even worse. There are more drugs in the country than George Weah time. The crime rate has increased. The unemployment rate has increased. Now, students don't have good building to sit in to learn. So what do you expect? People are frustrated. People are hurt. There's no hope. Absolutely. Yes, we're celebrating July 26th, 178 years. What are we celebrating? August 24th is today. What are we celebrating? Everything is makeshift. Everything is the little thing that shouldn't even make the airways are making airways. So honestly, I really don't know what economy, what country our people are leading. I don't see any leadership. I honestly don't see a leader in Liberia. So you're traveling with 40 people, you're traveling with 20 people. The money you're supposed to put into the system to benefit your people, to create an environment that is conducive, to create an environment that the high schooler will say, okay, I have a summer job when I leave school. Again, not everybody is capable of going to college or getting a college degree. We have Liberians in America that are just high school graduates that are living in mansions because what? There's a system that was put into place and they have the opportunity to live a better life. Some of them are even working and making $20, $35 per hour in this country, working in the factory, working as a nursing assistant, working as a medical assistant in the offices. So what do you have to offer your people? 90% of your population don't have any college degree. 60 to 70% of your population are young adults that are in the age between 25 to 40. So in the next 15, 20 years, you'll have, again, the same people having children in this deplorable environment. There's absolutely nothing to look forward to. Where do we go from here? That's my question.
Caroline, I want you to listen here, okay, guys? And those of you who have tuned in, I want to say thank you. This is our country. This is not what we were promised. This is not the rescue that we were promised. I want you all to listen to this.
Front Page Africa has obtained leaked documents showing Liberia's Public Procurement and Concessions Commission, the PPCC, rejected a request for a 9.8 million national biometric ID deal. The National Identification Registry wanted to bypass open bidding and hand the contract to an Austrian company with a controversial history. The PPCC said no. It ruled the request broke Liberia's procurement laws, the laws that require competitive bidding for high-value contracts. But just 3 days later, President Joseph Boakai issued a directive approving that same venue. Sources say powerful figures inside the administration pushed for this deal, even backdating documents to make it look legal. Liberia's procurement laws don't clearly give the president authority to override PPCC rejections, especially on contracts this big. This ID system could transform governance, but if it starts with broken rules, can Liberians trust it? Until the president explains, the question remains, was this about national interest or political influence? Gerald Kwanyene, Front Page Africa. Front Page Africa has
Okay.
obtained.
So that is the contract, how the contract was rewarded, Caroline. That's right there, Mama. That is a $9 million contract. Now going to a Liberian business to Australian company. Now the thing is, it also national security. You are taking, but this is biometrics. Okay, you're gonna have other nationality hosting your people private information, their biometrics, meaning the profile, meaning their cologne, that they can clone them in this DNA in this area. Okay, and that's some of the things we were telling Liberian people. You know, one thing I learned as a person, we have a saying in Nimakante. Man, yazide man koye. When you, yeah, man, yazide man koye. When you get a former powerful man or powerful woman, a powerful, a former rich man, okay, who didn't earn the riches, don't know the process, and you give them a second chance. What they did before and they were corrupt, or I don't care how much apologies. If before they watched young people died, if they watched women perish while having children, if the hospital did not have medication, okay, and they didn't see anything wrong with it until they found themselves in the predicament, then you, okay, are the fault. You know, the other day I listened to a representative who was talking Akaras Gray, because they know their system. How the people leave their district, go to other people's district to vote for $20, for $30, for $50. I was in Liberia during the election. People left as far as Monrovia to go to Grand Jida to go vote, although they live in Monrovia. Although maybe some of them were born in Monrovia. Okay, living in different districts and going to different districts to vote. So, Caroline, the mirror has two faces, if not three. Okay, so it's also incumbent upon the people themselves to start making a decision, because they do not vote. The people buy their vote. They don't vote people because they have integrity. They don't vote for people because they can change their life. They vote people that they feel comfortable that they can go back. I think you heard the senator from Grand Jida, Penu. Penu told the people he's not here to uplift them. He's here to keep them perpetually poor so they can continue to vote him. When election coming, he will buy them zinc. He will buy them back of rice, then they will vote for him. Yeah. People say he was being rude. He was being truthful.
But the thing about it, Miguel, before he even became senator, he said the same thing. And the same people were there clapping, and they turned around and voted for him.
Exactly.
So this is like a normal thing that happen in Liberia. And when you keep your citizens poor, when you keep them uneducated, what happens? They become loyal to you. They become enslaved to you because you don't want them. Any nation that keep its citizens poor and uneducated, that nation is basically telling you that they are not ready for economic or human capital or human
Development.
development. Period. They are every time they tell us, oh, come back to your country and help us to develop. Come back to your country and do this. And no, you're not ready. You are
So,
not ready.
so Caroline, the people that leave from around the world and go to Liberia, for instance, we saw George Wallace.
Mhm.
Okay, George Wallace was one of those people who it literally, and I don't feel bad for him, but then I do also say it's this mirror have two faces. It's somebody that will put his neck on the line for you with UP. When we started this CPP, we're one of those people that say, oh, Mr. Cummings says this is not about Cummings, but let me just go ahead. But when the time came, those were the people that were calling Mr. Cummings all of the name above and beyond. You look at a man who had worked in a structured environment, a place, you know, let me go back. I'm gonna leave this Cummings out. I'm gonna come back here and say the head of the nation, no matter how structured, makes all of the difference. If the head of the nation is a moral person, has some level of humanity, okay, that nation. We didn't know that America was this prejudiced and divided until we got the orange man in power. The way it is now, okay? We are saying Washington black with soldiers. We are saying people, homeless people. And the funny thing, let me tell you, as only Liberian people, you always say, oh, homeless people in America too. Yes. The people homeless in America, they're not normal homeless people. Most of them are former what do you call it, army people. Most of them got mental health problems. You take them to shelter, they run away. Okay? They have even that. Some of them got family, majority of them, okay? That's why they're in the street. So you got to remember that they are getting rid of them. Do you think a city mayor or a governor in Liberia will be able to stand up to a president in Liberia? No. You see, Newton, is that he? The governor in California is standing up to the president of the United States. Okay? Because he was elected by the people to do the people job. You saw the young man, Mandani, in New York, standing up and said, we will hold you right now in our own state, okay? But when you elect people because they're your tribe, because they're your lineage, and you know them, and people say they're happy, we saw our president now, whose nieces, sister, standing up and telling the Liberian people, do not elect him. Some of them wrote, some of them they interview. They said that they said we don't support him. The Liberian, the American people decide they will do what they want to do. We're all living inside. So they tell us to come home. What are we coming home to? This man pack of 40 people. And Caroline, you are telling me JFK, no medication. They were just about to charge, and I'm sure when the wave quiet down, they will put that money right there and tell people not to talk and start charging until people start dying. Then it will come, because that's what they always do. So you took almost $1 million to go Gallivant. Right now, our sister, I'm going to try, and it will come cost me. Okay, me I pay go no. The what do you call it? The superintendent of Nimakante. Okay, yes, she is. She's on her way to Japan too. She and her whole group. That me, the one who talking there, me, I will talk. Those of you who know me, my brother was advisor to Madame Salif and the vice president. I still spoke, and he was still my brother. So I know some of you will have issues. The other day I wrote, and let me send this to my sister. She came under my post and said, I will give it some thought or credit if I was somebody else, but I just deleted her post. But let me send this to you, and she knows exactly who I'm talking to, so I'm not going to call her name. Don't get comfortable disrespecting people because they respect you and they love you. Because I can be disrespectful too. Or I can block you. There are a lot of people that my little sister them from Nimakante that were on platform with me. I cut them off. I didn't block them, just unfriended. Some of them I block you. We will be family outside of Facebook. But if you think you will come on my Facebook to disrespect me, it is not going to happen. You see right here? This is your people here. Okay? This is here. Historic delegation. What historic? Female District Commission Finance Officer Journalist joined Superintendent Kou Gono for Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan. Senekole Nimakante Superintendent Kou Gono is leading a 7-member delegation to Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan, a premier global event showcasing innovation, culture. What innovation does Liberia have right now? Majority of the children can read at 8th grade level. What innovation? You destroy your culture. You wear suits acting that you're on the plantation. You have nothing to exhibit. Okay? What your culture? Everything our culture about you destroyed. You will quickly join the Massenate, then you will join any society that is local. Any fraternity that is local because it's country. What? Technology. Your building does not even have an intranet. Liberian people, an intranet is an internal network that connects. The government does not even have an internal network that communicates it with each other. So what technology and sustainable development? What is your plan? But these people, and I see my little brother going very ready. The new mouthpiece for Jeremiah Kun. Yeah, I said that. Here it goes. Superintendent Gono has emphasized gender inclusivity, media engagement, international. This is, you know what?
So let me ask, what is the purpose of them going to Japan? I know let's say it's for Expo or whatever, but why can we bring that to our country? Why can we bring that? Because right now we are in the stage of trying to figure things out. We said that we don't have enough money to put to this place, to put to that place. And now you're taking the little money that we have to travel, because when you are traveling with people, you have to shelter them, you have to feed them, you have to transport them, plus other spending, the activities that will take place. So if you really calculate how much the government is going to pay, and of course security, because she's not just a regular person. So you have to look into all of that. When you do that, you're taking the money and the resources that the country needs right now to develop and to stay on her own. You're taking that out to go spend that into another country for something that you can do in your country. So I don't understand the whole impact or how much this is going to benefit the county. Again, I haven't read that article. I don't know the reason why they are going, but I would like to know, why is she going and why is she taking this many people with her? And with the president traveling to Japan or China or whatever, he just came back. It's somebody made and I was one of those 2 weeks to the runoff. I was one of those that played from the ANC to support this government to come into power, and I'm not ashamed to say that. But at the same time, we have to call wrong what it is. We have to call, if it's black, it's black. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So there's 40 dedicates. These are just 40 people that we know of. What about the other people that we don't know of? It could be more than 40. So what did you bring back to the country? How did this trip benefit the people of Liberia? That's what I want to know. Because if it was wrong yesterday, it still is wrong. We criticize George Weah. We criticize Elaine. We criticize everyone for doing the same thing. But yet you are here doing the same thing. You came to America the last time for a business summit. Up to now, we don't know the outcome of that. And now you've gone to Japan with 40 people or more. You came back. Up to now, we have not heard anything. So is he waiting to, since this is the weekend, to say, okay, after the holiday weekend, I'm going to tell the Liberian people this is what I came back with. But the other people that were there with you, they've already come back to their country and they've already shown their people what they brought back with them. Do we have to wait for a whole week to know what our president brought back to that would benefit the youth on the street, those people that they call the Zocos on the street, the drug addicts, which the drug dealers are the ones that are sitting in the offices in high court suit. They're not arresting them, but they are arresting the ones that have no hope. They are arresting the ones that you kill all their parents, their siblings, they have no place to go. Those are the ones you are arresting because you've taken everything from them. So at the end of the day, they turn to drugs to kill their pains. I'm not saying it's okay for them to do that, no, but they have no options like you and I have. They have no choice. They have no hope. They wake up tomorrow thinking about what they're going to eat. You take them to a rehabilitation center. Do you have anything in place for them? Do you have plans for them? What strategic things are you putting in place when you rehabilitate them and they come out? Do you have job waiting for them? Do you have any type of skills that you are training them to acquire so that when they come back to the society, they can be productive and be able to feed themselves and their family? What do you have in place for them? But yet you're taking trips. Yet our hospitals are leaking. They don't have enough manpower. They don't have enough equipment and supplies. They don't have medications. We have fake doctors running all up on the streets and performing surgeries and killing people. There are no repercussions with that, you know? So these are all of the things that are going on in Liberia that people, yes, we want to showcase our country. We want to show the good things about Liberia. We want to speak good things about Liberia so our friends can come and experience and see what we're talking about. But the bad is always outweighing the good. We want to say good things, but the moment we decide to say good things, they come up with another bad things that remind us of the past that we've been trying to forget. So how can you blame us for speaking up against these ills? How can you blame us? So I would like to know why the superintendent is taking 7 people that we know of, and what did the president brought back to the people of Liberia?
So
What did he bring back?
let me finish. And if you look at the message line, I will tell you some of the reason why they're going. Okay, so. And she said the superintendent has emphasized gender inclusivity, media engagement, and international exposure for local officials. This is the first time in NIMA history that a local journalist has been given the opportunity to cover an international event. It also marks the second overseas mission under her leadership, positioning her as the first superintendent since 1964 to advance such bold policy for district commissioner and local office to gain first-hand global experience. The delegation is currently at the Rabat International Airport, preparing for departure in her absence. County Administrative Officer Daniel Zope, I think that's his name, in consultation with deputy officials and online coordination with Superintendent Gono, will oversee the day-to-day operation of the NIMA County administration to ensure uninterrupted governance. Now, inclusivity, female inclusivity. This is my little sister, okay? I supported her when she ran to be a representative, okay? So, but I'm going to play this for y'all. She's talking about inclusion. This is a woman was on the ballot, but she believed that a woman was not capable of leading NIMBA. Okay, she said that when Koga said women cannot lead, she agreed and she amplified. This is me. I love social media. Okay, because it comes back to haunt all of us. This is her here. I want you to listen. All right. And Caroline will answer those questions for you. This is my little sister, Miape. You know, I'm glad that she got the position, because when people, they say all men can stand adversity, but once you give a man power, you know who the true character of a man is. Yeah, we go.
As important as the issue of gender is, but no, that as important as the issue of gender is, the issue of ethnicity and tribalism surpass the issue of gender. For women, but I also know that as important as the issue of gender is, the issue of ethnicity and tribalism surpass the issue of gender. For women.
So this is a woman who have lived in the United States and things that we're trying to get away from. She said the issue of ethnicity and tribalism is more important than gender equality or meritocracy. So we should let people be on ethnicity and tribalism. That's the same person who pleaded inclusivity. But and Caroline, to answer that question is, let me show you where the people are writing here, which is true. These people sit on the internet and look for what is going on, okay? Because they get paid, stipend, okay? All these people are also spending money. They call it SDA daily. We pay for everything while our people die in the hospital, while our children go without food. Okay. Yes, you can call. So maybe, Caroline, while we're going to wait and give some numbers, that what we said we'll start doing. Number for people to call. Yes, man, you can call. We're going to take a few calls, then we're going to close up and call it a day. I need my, yes, there we go. Here is the phone number there you can call. Caroline, it's about the money. You see, everybody going the last time. If you look at even the what do you call it? Everybody going somewhere. They're just traveling left and right. You cannot build a nation on spending. Caroline, the way you're working, you talk about you. You know, let me tell you something. I was excited because all my other kids, even my daughter with a master's degree, went to school from home. Because I was afraid of the world, surviving the war, to just let my children go out. This is the first child who wants to find her own path. And with a full-ride scholarship, she has excellent grades. She did everything she's supposed to do. But she's going to a private institution. And Georgia got grants and got scholarships. She got a lot of scholarship. I mean, if you pour all the scholarship to put together, over $1 million worth of scholarship. And then we get on campus, there's certain things that scholarship does not cover. Then based on the income, because where they projected them when we submit our income, and my husband go and say, you know, Alyssa does not qualify. Remember I told you, I said, Caroline, just be ready for me and fetch me a room. Because every other weekend I will be somewhere. Then, boom, I go. I said, the scholarship will cover all of this, but something has to come from your pocket.
Yep.
And I go, okay. So I'm being punished because I work hard in America. But the thing is, Caroline, I work hard in America because I have opportunity.
Yep.
I work hard in America because it gives me the latitude and the chance to get education, get advanced education, buy now, pay later. And if I do well, I get scholarship to do well. I remember when you were getting your master's and you were honored. They showcase you on your station, how far you come from, a war survivor. This is a nation that value, don't mind the noise. They won't be intimidated, who feel entitled, don't think they need to do anything, and think people are taking their job and even taking their qualification. How do I take your qualification? Okay, that's what we are. My sister, if you're going to call. But Caroline, this is about how much money they can get for their city. People trying to collect as quickly as they can. Okay, when these people were running the campaigns, I know people personally who reach out to me. Cindy, you're one of the most educated Liberian women you can get in position. You get if you support JMB, you and JMB go a long way. Someone even contacted my mom and said, "What happened? Your daughter and JMB, that her papi, what's going on?" I told you I was going to step back. because I survived the war, because I have people who I knew who wanted us dead, people who my mother would pay their children's school fees. So my turning point, because I supported JMB in 2017, the second round. My turning point was when JMB sat on the stand and raised his hand on the Bible and say he didn't know Mr. Cummings. For me, it was the worst betrayal. And they say politics, there's politics, and I leave it as that. So,
No, I say, yeah, politics is personal interest.
Yes. Well, in Africa, because today we're in America, people are putting their lives on the line for their country. People are speaking, or people are protesting, people are saying this. But I'm saying this to say, again, this is what it's about. These people, loyalty is to how much money they can get. So, and I said this many times when we were reading campaign. I said, all of these people are pointing at George Weah. They're not pointing at George Weah because George Weah is doing wrong. They're pointing at him because they're not the one that are doing it wrong. Now, you see what I said before? Now they are doing it wrong, and they are benefiting. They're justifying it. They and the family are justifying it.
But you see, what happened to us, to our economy, and for the growth of the country, if you're taking all of the resources outside of the country, you are literally crippling your people. You're taking things that's supposed to benefit them and giving it out to the foreigners, and prioritizing, their safety, their comfort over your citizen. And what that does, it takes businesses away, it takes development away from your country, from your county. And if you are telling me that the reason for her going to Japan will bring development to the cultural sector in Nima and to Liberia at large, okay, in what way is it going to bring a greater impact? In what way? That's what I want to know. Yes, the experience is good. The honor is there that you were, invited to attend this. But what is it going to? How is it going to be a blessing to your county and to Liberia at large? That is all. That has always been my question. That has always been my concern. No one is saying don't take these trips. And trust me, I love Cole. She's a sister. She's someone that I'm like, okay, she's doing good for the county since she took over. I've seen very good improvement, and I would like to know, how is this trip that she's going on with all these many people? How is it going to benefit our cultural sector? The what you might call it, Keneja or whatever. I know Keneja is in Monrovia, but in Nima per se, because she's basically the president for Nima County, just like how we have governors in all the other states. She's the one that makes key decisions. So is her decision going to be effective and productive, or is it going to harm us? Is it going to cause us economic dying problem, or is it going to help Nima stand out? So I'm waiting for her to come back, and I really don't know why they're taking all of these trips again. So let's wait and see what's going to come out of this. If it was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today. And yes, she's a sister.
And that's why I love you. It was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have to be truthful to the people that we love and the people that we care for. Yes.
People will say, oh, you have family, you have friends in the government, you don't know. I just love, it doesn't matter if it's family or friend. If it's wrong yesterday, it's wrong today. And that is with love. If we cannot tell our friends, our family that what you're doing is not right, then we don't mean well for them. So again, I don't know much about this trip. we will wait to see. Hopefully it will benefit Nima. Nima is one of the county in Liberia that is doing wonderful thing, that the growth, the development is more than any other counties in Liberia that I know. I've been there many times, and I've seen every year I go to Liberia and I make my business to go to Nima, and I see a change. I see development. So let's see what happens. Maybe this will be a good thing that she's going to showcase our culture. I love my Nimani. I don't
So what your culture though? Me, I'm trying to understand what's your culture that we when they went that
so
me
that
gonna knows to go to
Mhm.
showcase.
So that's my question now. What do we have in do we have a culture ambassador in Nima? Do we have a culture ministry in Nima that they are going to this export to bring something back? Do we have something like that? That's what I want to know. I need to do my own research and see if we have anything as such in Nima County. But again, the native culture, I love it. I love my GB. I love my clothes. I love my music. I love everything about my county. You know. So, but let's see how this is going to work out.
Let's get your final thought. I will try to see I can host Orita here. Folks,
Mhm.
Orita Dr. Bako wrote a book, a young Liberian enterprising woman who wrote a book, Girl, Raise Your Standard. I want to finish going through to give you a review before I talk to her because I want to understand what mine said and where we are. Yeah, I will host her and we'll do some buying stuff, yeah, because I want to advertise and make sure she get people to buy it or download per se. Yes, I would love to host her. I'm all for the girl power. I'm all
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
encouraging. Maybe it's my turn.
And
Okay.
thank you for that, because we really need to amplify that book. There are some things in that book that you will read, and there are some things you will discover about Oretha, her upbringing. This is a woman that was born in the war. She graduated from high school at the age of 17 and came to this country when she was 17 years old. And she had to do everything on her own to get to where she's at today. God first. But the same story with Liberian, most Liberian children, girls being abandoned by their parent or parents, and you will be surprised. The parent that she's talking about is somebody that is high and mighty in our political arena. So yes, so this book is a book that is not just for a lady; it's for everyone. Girl, raise your standards. How do you raise your standard when you have been left to fend for yourself at that young and tender age? How do you raise your standards when the whole world has rejected you, including a father that is in a position of power to do something, and he decides to leave you and do otherwise? So she's going to tell you guys her own story. She's going to review who that person is. My mouth is trying not to review anything, but this is somebody, when I call the name, you will be like, what? Yes. So please get the book, Girl, Raise Your Standards. It's on Amazon.
I'm gonna send my daughter. Actually, it's gonna be one of my things to give out for Christmas for all our girls that I know that are going to college the first time, for determination and empowerment, no matter where their situation is, that they can stay on. But let me put the book here, guys, so you all can see it. Please go to Amazon. This is our own daughter, my own daughter, because yes, she's like, Sister Cindy, I just love you. And I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Here it is. Can you guys see this? This is it, girl. How to stop playing small and step into the life you deserve. Girl, raise your standard. I need this for my daughter, for my daughters.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I need this for my daughters. Okay, here you are. That is the book. That would be our topic. Yes, and the day I host her, hopefully I have some of the books, and I will maybe do like it's only $9 per se. Give away 5 to the 5 first caller. That's go. We'll do a giveaway with that. My doctor wife is my friend to some degree, and she's reading books. I remember when I was president for the community, I bought, I think, about 200 to 300 copies with my own money, not community money. I gave that to all of our graduates that year in the community here, at least the places that the children that I knew. I gave each of them, to have her autograph it and sign it from the community and give it out to them. I think I'm gonna do this with Dr. Baku too, for this Christmas. That's what I'm gonna do. But I want to give the first couple of copies to my daughters. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
So
Yes,
this is
America gave her the opportunity to thrive and to live.
Right. So there we go. So Caroline, what's your final thought before we go? Your president, where you elected, I've been traveling. I traveled maybe over 30 times since he took over. When he told us we are a traveling president, the country was on autopilot. 6 months when he get elected, there will be no government official leaving the country. The money needs to be put in the country, but it was all a lie. Anyway.
Well, both of them are my president because they are both. I'm in America and I'm a Liberian, so they are both my president. There's nothing I can do about that. We brought them into power. We just got to keep praying for them that they would do the right thing. The Bible said, pray for your leaders so that they would do the right thing. And we pray that the policies and laws and whatever they put into place.
The Bible said that leaders have to be in the confines of God. Just like the Bible said in the book of Titus, if a man desires to be a leader, he desires a good thing. But first, God put all of those in order. They're always a contingent. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Okay. You see now I can call my beautiful Oma. So anyway, you put her in the secular world, she knows it. You put her in the Bible, she knows it. The woman is versatile. So
thank you. Thank
but no, on a serious note, I'm appealing to our government, to the Liberian government, to please do right by your people. Your people stood in the rain, in the sun. Some of us got family members and friends that they didn't speak to us because we voted for you, and because we wanted something good. We still want something good. We still want to see the Liberia that some of us dream about. People say, oh, Liberia used to be this, Liberia used to be that. I want to see a better Liberia. I want women my age. I'm 23 and a half, just so you know. I want women my age to experience good things, to experience life, not just survive, but to live. So please, I hope and pray that I know it's going on 3 years and there has been some missteps, but that you still have time to make amends, to do it right by your people. For those that are in power, Liberians are crying. Liberians want to come home. Liberians want to live a life that is worth living. So please, let's not regret. I don't want to regret. I don't want to regret. I don't want to get to that place where I regret voting for you or telling people to vote for you, to that place. And I'm sure so many Liberians don't want to get to that place. So on this August 24th, on this holiday, I am appealing to my leaders in Liberia to please do right by your people. We deserve better. It says, do you know that they just discovered lithium in Liberia? Do you know what that means? For
Yeah,
us,
not just in Liberia, in Nima County.
in
Lithium, both sides. In fact, titanium, what I know when I was a little girl, those days in Yekipa, you know, the amount that Nimba share with Guinea. Certain time of the year, okay, fire would just blaze from it and the fire would color by itself. People used to say there were Gina in the mountain, then those who has sense would say there were some minerals that were in there. They have, but you will need a leader that's far-sighted. You will need people who understand mineral science, mineral economics, biodiversity. You will need talent. Okay, the Japanese people will not bring their government official to your table. The people that they bring to the table, even the government, they are the best among the best. Okay, who understand that particular arena or has specialty in that arena. So you just don't bluff them. China didn't get to where they got to because they were traveling. In fact, after China's civil war, they were in what we call isolationism. Okay, they kind of excluded themselves from the rest of the world and tried to look internally to see how they could build themselves. Before they came out, they had plan and strategy. Okay, with the how, the when, the where, who they needed to copy from, how were they going to get ahead? Okay, so I'm going to let you land because we'll keep talking until we'll be here for 2 hours. You and myself.
I know, right?
Liberian business can really,
Yeah, and you know, for us to enjoy all of those natural resources, we need to invest in our educational system. We need to invest in the lives of our people. Because if you telling people to come to your country to tell you what you have, they can come and tell you you have 10 or you have 100. So for us not to do that, let us invest in our citizens when it comes to education, when it comes to everything. Liberia has everything it needs to develop. We don't need the Westerner. We don't need America. We don't need anyone. We only need God, and we need a good leader, a good manager. That's all we need. And we need leaders that will love the country and love the people. And that's all we need. Everything Liberia needs, we have it right there. So I just want to say once again, happy Flag Day to all Liberians. Let us respect our flag. Let us honor our flag. And that goes to the leaders. You can't say you love your country, but yet you are traveling outside of the country to seek medical help. And that's a story for another day. And at the end of the day, you don't make it back home. At the end of the day, you stay in another man's country and lose your life. Is that the Liberia you want for your children? Or for the citizens that have fought so hard to get you into the place of power? That is the question we all need to be asking our leaders. So on that note, to all the citizens, love yourself. You don't need to look up to these people. You need to ask them the hard questions because your life depends on it. Your children's lives depend on it. Happy Flag Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Caroline. And to those of you who hung out with us today, we are going to be consistent. It was the summertime. I needed some time to also reflect, to get my baby in school. That is the last of my 4. I'm grateful to my community. Thank you so much. I do care about the numbers, and yet I don't care about the number. I believe change does not start with 5,000 people. I'm not paying anybody for me to have 5,000 people on my platform bending and done that. I also believe that popularity is a perishable goods. Character is the most important thing, and I will keep that. Now, Emmanuel, thank you for following. Rhonda, thank you for following. Says Yamicho, thank you for always being a support system here. We've joining together for a very long time. Lasso, thank you for what you do, showcasing where my brother is doing in Makande and in Liberia as a whole. My brother Joseph Barker, always. I was not interested. I needed to write some policy for some people. So that's how I spend most of my day. Darius, thank you for following for Nimba. To all of our Second Thought family, guys, follow us. You know, we're rebuilding the platform. You know, the platform was larger than this, but I have to verify to keep it on because people have been still trying to take it down, and we keep working to keep it, to build it. Let's build it back. This is the third one set up now. Hopefully this one work. Since Rebecca, welcome. Since they keep reporting the page. So I will ask that we all please, thank you so much for the support. Continue to where's my stuff? Continue to support us, follow us. So please share. You know, I and my page is still monetized. I was able to make money to cover my charges on this platform, but I have not been able to send it. Took down my platform. You remember one of my pages are like 165,000 followers. Your Voice Matter. They took it down. Now I pulled no page. They sold it to somebody else. Second Thought Liberia, Second Thought Africa. They took that down. Reimagine. They took it because at the time when they keep saying verify, they want to give my biometrics. Now I was forced because I want to keep it. So every time they try to log into that, all I got to do, they send me a code and then I come back and I'm still on. So let's build this and then build it back better. Okay. So the people of Liberia, when one rescue you, they're supposed to relieve you and they're supposed to refund. Liberia, you cannot continue to use the same constitution that caused the mayhem that took place in Liberia. And we say we have changed after unaliving over 250,000. You know, I just saw this killer blighting all over the place, threatening people, talking about drugs. You guys drug Liberian children, 75% of them, okay, for the sake of power. And they have nothing to go to. So they self-medicate. They self-medicate. They self-medicate. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? That's what it is. Y'all were speaking good English here. What happened? I'm going to close with this video. So all of us remember. All right? This is the fact of Liberia. If you don't remember, remember this. Drug was the reason our children did all the unthinkable thing that they did. That was drugs. Play that. This is Jacques Kwan, the special envoy, secretary to the Liberia, the head of the army. Listen to him, what he said here.
Under their arms. A lot of people are saying, well, the best way to become a minister is to tote a gun.
Well, it's not quite that simple. You see, you have a choice here. You can either do a very slow, long-term, 2-3 year process. I bring you into a cantonment area in camp. I take your weapon away. I give you $75 at the beginning, $75 at the end. We process you for 3 weeks, etc., etc., etc. My concern is weapons. These, you have to understand, 70% of these fighters are young children, by UN definition, under the age of 18 or younger. They speak, many of them, no tribal language that any of us know, and certainly no English. Most of them are functionally illiterate. They're on drugs. Many of them have high anxiety. They don't know where they come from in terms of family, tribe, or background. All they know is what most teenagers operate under, peer pressure and charismatic leaders, and killing is simple. And I need to get those weapons out of there quickly. We're not buying the weapons because that's not the whole process. I'm giving you $75 for your weapon now, but that's only part of the money. If you want the rest of it, you've got to come back. Secondly, if you want the high school education or the college education in Liberia, you've got to come back. If you want the vocational training, you've got to come back.
Mr. Klein, what's the precisely that?
Her cruel father fed her to piranhas.
So if y'all heard that, all of that were part of the package for the disarmament. Money was infused into Liberia to educate, reintegrate. There were a lot of that video. I don't know, it was taken down. Okay, but I had it. I did a whole replay, the whole video on my first YouTube, but all of that again. So is the internet. But I have clips of those. Okay, it was about an hour interview, and I play it here when I used to host the show with Jerome Verdier on the War and Economic Crimes Court before going to the United Nations, before going to the Congress, before all of that. Okay, so I'm going to finish with it. It had been weird. I came for an hour. Caroline helped me. I've stayed more than an hour. Alan, it's good hearing from you. Good night, folks. I will see you Tuesday evening, Thursday evening, Saturday morning, and Sunday evening with a whole panel of people. Good night. Lofa, I think I saw you earlier. I need to check on my manager to see. He's been in school 1 week now, how he's doing, and see how school is going. Hopefully he's having a good experience. Good night, everyone. Good night.